If you're planning a trip to the Biltmore Estate, especially at Christmas, one of the biggest decisions is whether staying on the estate is actually worth the extra money, because there will be extra money. The Biltmore Estate is absolutely beautiful. As you can see here, even the drive-in is very nice. The fields, the mountains, it's just a really beautiful place to be. But with the estate being less than 10 minutes from downtown Asheville, there are plenty of places to stay, whether it's a traditional hotel or an Airbnb. So by staying on the estate, you're going to incur a bunch of additional expenses. So is it worth it? So being from North Carolina, my wife and I had been to the Biltmore a handful of times in the past, and I had never been during Christmas, and neither one of us had ever stayed on the estate. So this time when we decided to plan our trip, we decided to pay the extra expenses and see if it was actually worth it. There are three different options that you can choose to stay on the estate. So you have the Village Hotel, which is what the option me and my wife chose, the Inn, or the cottages. The Inn and the Village Hotel are both more like traditional hotels. The Inn is much nicer and more expensive, and the Village Hotel is right in the middle of the restaurants and the winery. When planning our trip, the first thing that stuck out was the convenience factor. So if you're staying in Asheville, you're going to have to drive in, park in the parking lot, and then you have to do everything during that one time period and then go back to wherever you stayed. If you're staying in the hotel, like the Village Hotel, like my wife and I did, everything is right at your fingertips. You're right next to the restaurants, you're right next to the winery. Everything you want to experience on the Biltmore Estate is right there beside you. When you stay on the estate, you have access to the grounds the whole time you're there. So you can go to the gardens, walk around the house, but going in the house is ticketed. And there's a shuttle bus that will pick you up at your hotel and drop you off right at the front of the estate. Also included in your ticket to the Biltmore is the winery and a free tasting. And that's included whether or not you're staying on the grounds. But if you are staying at the Village Hotel specifically, it is right next to the hotel. So it's very convenient to pop in before or after dinner, get your tasting, and just hang out for a little while. But like I said, this is all included in your ticket whether or not you're staying on the grounds. But the convenience factor is just huge with staying on the grounds for this. It's so convenient, it's so easy, and it's not something you have to actually plan for when you're just eating dinner right next door. So now let's shift gears and talk about the Village Hotel itself. There's a cafe right there, as you can see, with some good coffee, and then a patio with a fire pit that leads to the shops and the winery. Up these stairs was a restaurant that, in our particular package, was included for breakfast, but it is a very nice hotel. Our room type was the Village King bed, and it was a very nice hotel room. It had nothing that was going to blow us away, but everything that it did have was very clean and very nice. The bathroom was nice, the shower was nice, the bed was very comfortable, so no complaints on that end. Like I said, there was nothing that absolutely blew us away. There weren't any features that were incredible or anything like that, but that's not what they're promising. They're promising everything else that's on the estate to be nice, which it is, and very convenient as well. So, like we said, with it being as close as it is to downtown Asheville, there are lots of options. So, is it actually worth staying on the property? And I would say yes, at least once. Now that we've done it, we probably wouldn't do it again. But of all of the times that I've been to the Biltmore, this was definitely my favorite and the least stressful because everything was right there. So, if you're going for convenience, it's definitely for you. If you're going for budget, it's probably not for you.